one that there's just so many of you, Xavier.
I think what the greatest strength of that group is that they all do it in a different way.
Yep.
So Ferg, a little bit more unorthodox, can score in funny areas, but also can do the really gritty work and lock in and be really hard to get out. And then you've got someone like Mitch, whose technique is arguably as good as a top five bat. But then Sam Elliott has also shown that he can be really aggressive towards the spin, nice play over the short ball, and scores his runs that way.
Liam Scott back into the attack, bowls to O'Neill, who pushes and will get a single. Just wide of McSweeney in that short cover position. He moves to 32.
And then Todd Murphy's also scored lots of handy runs, not just for Victoria, but also for Australia, and has shown he's got a serious affinity for scoring runs, the lower order.
Yes, Todd Murphy's one of those players that he's a legitimate 10 or 11, unless he gets through his first 20 balls. Then he actually bats like a 7 or an 8. Those first 20 balls, that's a rocky start.
Plays the Nighthawk role as well. There's been a couple of times he's gone out to do the night watchman duties and he might walk off sort of 8 off 4.
That's right. Yes, the eyes are spinning behind those glasses at times, Todd. There he is.
His local Moama Cricket Club celebrated a premiership victory. His brother part of that team.
Ah, very good. Beautiful part of the world. Up on the Murray. This is what Liam Scott's done so well through this match. You can see there, 14 and a half overs for just 23 runs. It's that nagging length.
And I dare say with 10.3 overs left till the second new ball, this is what the next 10 overs might look like for South Australia.
Yep.
Can we hold the board as much as possible for when we can then attack with this second new ball?
Pressing forward again. Putting the shots away at the moment, Sutherland.
Old Fitzroy, number 4.
I would go with Ross Thornton, personally. Alex Carey wears number 4 for Australia and wears number 5 for South Australia.
Is Nathan McAndrew the first cricketer to wear number 0?
I think so. I'm not sure about it, to be honest. Just a little bit fuller, and Sutherland wanted a piece of it, but no timing in the shot, and that is the over, and that will be drinks here at Junction Oval in the middle session on day 3. So kind of reached the middle part of the match. Just with all the rain, it's not really, but it kind of is, if that makes sense, as we reach the middle part of day 3. There's the score. Victoria 6 for 194 after 70 overs, with O'Neill on 32, Sutherland on 21. We'll have a short break and be back with Bryce McGain after this.
Victoria 6 for 194, just 4 runs shy of South Australia's 13 total of 198. Friends are good on 3 misses on out. And then get Will Sutherland skip on 21. Not out. Public toilets located inside the City Power Centre, Gate 2, and on the roof at Gate 4. And a reminder that the City Power Centre is a non-smoking, vaping and e-cigarette venue. Please exit the venue through Gate 2 and ensure you dispose of any rubbish on your way out. There's a drinking fountain available just outside reception where you can refill your water bottles. And please also note we are a custom venue, only accepting credit card payments.
Welcome back to the Junction Oval, and Victoria are making a good fist of this, just 4 runs behind the South Australian first innings. There's the batting card. Xavier, what do you make of that? The middle orders and the middle and lower order are starting to wag.
Yeah, I think we're getting some valuable contributions down the order here, but what stands out to me is some of those balls faced. Mentioned it just before with Whitey, that sometimes on these tricky batting wickets, the ability to absorb pressure and bat long periods of time, because eventually it will get easier for someone. It may not be you that gets to reap the rewards, but by doing that work, it really puts your team in a good place.
You're right, Xavier. And here's the last wicket for Marcus Harris. The outside edge, and he was on his way. Interesting view here. Just watch the umpire's hat. No, but yes. And you are on your way, Marcus. A big wicket for the South Australians. That fell at 157, which seems an age ago. It's in the air, and it's gone all the way. It had a bit of a top edge to it. Buckingham cried out for it. A bit of anguish, down to fine leg. But it's gone for 6. Sutherland, all smiles.
And that's the lead for Victoria.
Old school first innings points. What they do get to do now is accumulate some points, so it does just enforce that it will be a outright game for South Australia. On the drive now, mid-on is McAndrew, who's not moving as fresh as he did when he went out there a little earlier. 18 overs under the belt. A couple of pebbles in each of the shoes, I think. He's feeling it.
Yeah, he's been a big servant for South Australia over the last few years and has bowled a lot of overs, and 18 overs, 3 for 69 this innings so far. He'll be gearing up, getting ready to have a crack with the second new ball in not too long from here.
10 overs away, 80 overs, that second new ball can be taken. Buckingham full, firm drive. Getting down low is McAndrew once again, and I'm not sure he's enjoying that.
We're about to add some reinforcements to that onside field with Jason Sangha coming out of slip to field on the wicket on the onside here.
That's the last ball before. I think there's some tightness maybe around the hips, the back, everything. Legs, hamstrings. Playing through point. Oh, he's got a hustle here. O'Neill is very, very wide. What's he doing out there? It was like he was the runner. He was 2 strips away.
If there's anyone out there that should know about the prowess of the man fielding at cover, it's probably Will Sutherland. Hitting it just to the right of Mackenzie Harvey here.
Well, they took him on. I don't even know if O'Neill's going to... There he is. He's in the shot. He's a lot of... He made it pretty safely in the end. He's a long way from the wicket, and he's been forced wide because there is a short mid-on in play. One of the slips coming out there. 1 slip and a gully and a short mid-on. No! Looking to tuck that away, and... Oh. Looking for something special was McSweeney. In at mid-wicket. End of the over. The over that Victoria passed, South Australia's 198. They are 6 for 202.
I think now Victoria has an opportunity to play this second new ball in different ways. Now that they've got that first innings lead, potentially using it as a scoring platform, because whilst it also provides opportunities for the bowling side to take wickets, that new hard ball can also fly off the bat, particularly with guys that hit it to funny areas. So you can often see some rearguard actions against that second new ball, especially with lower order players.
And some tireder bowlers as well. Buckingham bowling now at the 70th over. That's his 20th over that he's bowled. This is Liam Scott, Fitzroy Street End, driven hard. Sutherland, it's 4 runs. Great timing, waited for the ball to come into his zone, Dave. Hussey pointed that out, that he was doing that in defence early in his innings. Now he's just expanding that into an off drive.
That's the shot of the day for mine, and that's a shot that'll give Will Sutherland a lot of confidence with how he's moving into the ball. Big presence, big chest.
And O'Neill's taken a bit of a back seat here. He's really just played the defensive role as Sutherland has got into his work.
That's been a lot of the strength of Fergus O'Neill's batting. He can do it in different ways. He's had innings where he's scored runner ball 50s, or he's also had the one where he's been 30 off 130. Just depending on what the team needs on any given moment, he's willing to step up and do the work for him.
O'Neill 4 boundaries in his 33 not out. Will Sutherland 32 not out. 4 boundaries and a 6. Firm drive to mid-on. They will take an easy single. So there's, as we said, coming up to 8 overs remain before the second new ball. So if these two are still together, you could probably say maybe another 30 runs, 25 to 30 runs at this stage, and that's a nice little buffer. And with some tired opening bowlers doing the work. The applause is for the 50-run partnership, Xavier. Very, very valuable middle and lower order runs from Victoria.
Huge. I wonder if South Australia will now give Buckingham a rest to heading into the second new ball and potentially go back to a bit of spin. Ben Manenti or even Nath McSweeney. Or try something completely different with a few Mackenzie Harvey mediums or something like that, just to change up the look.
They've been very disciplined with how they've gone about it. There's Ben Manenti. He's bowled 6 overs, 1 maiden, none for 19.
Sorry, you go.
All of that yesterday.
17th ranked international T20 all-rounder.
Yes, indeed. Little inside edge, and it goes away for 2. Liam Scott can't believe it. He's teapotting in the middle of the pitch, throwing his head back. O'Neill, he'd be smiling to himself. Another straight drive that went through square leg.
Just covering the ball and allowing it to seam into the inside half of the bat.
That's how well he's seen them. Look at that. Are you kidding me? How's he doing that? There's nothing worse as a bowler, is there?
Nothing. Drop catch, maybe.
Well, that's true. Now he gives it the full flourish to mid-off. McAndrew is there. He needs to find a little trapdoor to hide while he's in the field for the next 8 overs. The ball is following him and he doesn't want it. He is stiff and sore. But he won't stop. That's what we do know. We saw him one time here, and Adam White will remember this as well. He just charged in. He had the flu. Probably a lot worse than I've got at the moment. But he had it, and he just kept charging in. But he was freezing cold, and he was then steaming hot, and he just kept on bowling and bowling for South Australia. It was outstanding.